Make it smaller. This is vibe. That's good. Is that new? That's good.
Just pick this guy up. Look at that, Strazza. The special 3rd anniversary issue of Vibe magazine. Look who's on that cover.
Yeah, it's great. Look who's in the back.
Look who's in the back, hollering.
Yeah. Wow.
All up in the videos.
That was a famous cover back in the day.
I know. You know what's a bummer? I have these cases for my magazine collection, and this thing is too thick to fit in there. I don't know what I'm gonna do. These things are like good cases. They're good for my like my Life magazines.
You gonna hang these up on the wall in your office? That would be neat. Is that what you're planning to do, or you're just gonna save these and stuff them in a box with all your magazines?
I have so much shit. You don't even know how much shit I have. I need like a museum.
All right.
Why was Spencer like? I come on the show today, and Spencer's like teaching Alfonso about OnlyFans.
No. Here's what happened. I was reading Alfonso the annual numbers from OnlyFans, and then JC popped in. He goes, "Oh," and he's already talking about OnlyFans.
I've never heard you read.
He knew what I was talking about.
Well, because we're like OnlyFans for like finance bros. You know, like it's not a different business model. Like people are interested in what Strazza's saying about the market. They're not trying to get him to take his clothes off like that. We would pay you to make sure you don't do that.
All I said was that their subscribers paid them $7.2 billion. And Jesse goes, "Oh, you mean you're talking about OnlyFans?" It's like he knew the number.
It's great numbers. It's great business, OnlyFans. Shout out to all the participants out there.
The bottom line is porn is a mega trend. It is a bull market for sex. Have you seen what they're doing with the new tools, with the AI stuff? It's crazy. Look out. Be careful. You got to be careful.
I think I'm pretty sure it's a bear market for sex. It's a secular decline. Strazza, the kids these days are not mating.
And drinking. Bear market for that and for
maybe
drinking.
They should start drinking more.
What is, I'm worried about the kids. I'm worried about these kids.
They're not drinking.
Remember the old days? We used to get drunk and make bad decisions. Remember those days?
I don't know. I don't know much about it, but they don't. I love the kids. I love the young guys, but they don't remind me of the guys or the young adults I remember growing up with. Very different.
Spencer, I like your t-shirt. My wife was wearing that yesterday, as a matter of fact.
My wife wears this shirt all the time.
Oh, dude, those shirts for pregnant women. Not that your wife's pregnant anymore. I mean,
she wears this shirt. She has like 2 of these. She wears it all the time. This is my version of the shirt.
My wife rocks them too. She loves them. Yeah.
Anyway.
Shout out to the ladies loving the Stock Market TV t-shirts.
All right, let's start.
Sir Gex, that's right. So bottom line is Spencer is starting the OnlyFans. Let's start the show.
That's what's happening.
I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. It's Crypto Friday here on the morning show. Spencer, JC, Steve, Alfonso with you this morning. We'll have Louis Sykes stop by. We'll have Larry Thompson stop by. Mr. Kenny Glick will stop by. We missed you yesterday, Kenny. Glad to see you're back in the saddle. His list today is long, and I think he's busy. So we got a lot to get to. We're not going to talk about OnlyFans, I don't think, but that was just a cool thing. I saw their annual report was out overnight, so interesting numbers there. A lot to get to. Like I said, oh, by the way, if you care, there's a little thing today at Jackson's Hole. We don't really care. I mean, I don't know. I have like mixed feelings about the whole thing. I get that it's important, but like I'm sort of in JC's camp. Like, what do we really care? You know what I mean? So that's at 10 o'clock. For those interested, we'll be done by then. If you do want to watch that, you can just we'll get off and you can just watch that when we're done. Anyway, go ahead, drop us a like, please, and thank you. Let's bring on JC, bring on Steve. Here we go.
All right, we're back. We're talking stocks. We're talking OnlyFans. Apparently, it is now called Jackson's Hall. It is a possession, right? Possessive.
You said that, not me.
Jackson's Hall.
You have said that before.
They're in it today.
It's a hole, not a hall. Speaking of holes, did you see how much money OnlyFans is making? Look at this. Throw up slide 2.
Yeah, I did. I was enamored by the whole thing.
Throw it up. I mean, they are absolutely killing. Shout out to OnlyFans. Paid the owner $1.8 billion just in dividends alone since 2021.
I tell you what, I was more interested in the fact that there's, in terms of the number of accounts, there's 4.6 million creator accounts and 377 million fan accounts. So I don't know what that ratio is, but it's a lot of fans to not a lot of creators. But still, 4 million creators that's a lot of creators. That's a lot.
Is it
what a business?
I read that 1 in 10 females between the age of 18 and 25 are OnlyFans producers. Is that number accurate? Sounds like a lot.
I don't know, but
1 in 10 females between 18 and 25 are on OnlyFans. 1 in 10.
I don't know.
That's the number I saw. Is that accurate? Is that fake news?
That sounds high, but what do I know?
It does sound high.
Yeah. Anyway, not publicly traded. No trade here, sadly. But
could it ever be publicly traded? Probably not.
Maybe not.
I mean, I don't see why not. Rick's Cabaret is publicly traded.
Yeah, I don't see why it couldn't be.
Playboy used to be publicly traded, right?
This would be a disaster to be public, I think. But yeah, probably never.
I think you would add a cute little wrinkle to the whole thing, don't you think?
Anyway. I mean, it seems like shareholders are doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Right? All right. I have a trivia question for you.
Oh.
Strazza? This
Yeah,
is
please.
For you. Throw up slide 3. So Forbes just came out with the world's richest black billionaires, or the world's black billionaires of 2025.
How many are there?
You would never guess who number 4 on the list is.
Is that Magic Johnson on the cover?
Oh yeah, Magic.
No, Magic. Yeah, Magic crushes. You know who number 4 is? You're never going to wildest dreams ever guess.
Is he in this picture? He or she?
He is not in this picture.
Okay.
You never guess.
Jay-Z?
It's going to be like a rapper or something.
Why does it have to be a rapper? Why can't it just be a businessman?
Diddy.
Why does it have to be a musician? Why can't it just be a businessman that builds great companies?
You
Why
started the show today. I don't know.
Throw up. Any guesses, guys? Any guesses? Throw up slide 2.
Yeah, my guess was Jay-Z. Apparently, that was not right.
I thought it was a great guess.
Slide 2. This is who the 4th richest.
Tiger Woods, y'all.
Ready? Alex Karp. 4th richest.
I don't get it. I don't understand.
His mother is African-American artist from Philly.
So he counts on the list?
So he counts on the list according to Forbes. He didn't see that one coming.
Are you sure?
Did not see that coming.
I would have never guessed.
Never guessed.
Check this.
Alex Karp, number 4 on the list. That's right.
Robert Smith, is he the running back?
No, he's the guy that founded. He has like a media empire.
Alex Karp. Isn't that something?
That's pretty good.
That was pretty good, right?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good.
I didn't see that one coming, to be perfectly honest. All right,
Where's MJ? Where's Michael Jordan on the list?
He's got to be up there. He's did pretty well for himself. Can we do a little state of the markets? I got some charts.
Yeah, all right.
Oh God, this vibe.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Dow futures this morning up 130 points. That brings it up to 44,986, approximately 30 points from a new all-time high close for the Dow. So new all-time high watch for the Dow. Have yet to see an all-time high daily close this year for the Dow. S&P's up 13 handles, 6,400. NASDAQ 100 up a little bit, 23,250. 30-year bond futures up 0.25%, 114.5. Crude oil flat, just under 64. Copper flat, right around 443. Gold down 0.5%, 33.66. You got silver down almost a full percent, just under 30.80 with the VIX, just under 38 with the silver for the silver, and the VIX at 16.5, slightly down this morning over in funny money land. You know, the underperformance from Solana continues. You got Bitcoin 112 down a few hundred points to the downside. You got Ethereum 42.35 flat this morning. Solana, the serial underperformer, 178 down another 1.25% to the downside. That brings the total crypto market cap, Mr. Spencer Israel, to 3.75 trillion. What stands out from this morning's futures, other than Solana underperforming again?
It's not so much the futures that stand out. It's just, you know, the price action from the past week, right? Has been interesting, right? Just, you know, we were at all-time highs and now we're not. And I think anytime we
the stocks,
the Dow, the S&P, and the Nasdaq all closed at all-time highs on Friday.
That's what I said. I said over the last week. That's what I said. Yeah, this week.
That's okay.
You don't think people are getting a little dramatic about this correction?
No, I didn't. Whoa.
No.
I said no such thing.
I'm not saying you people. I'm not saying you people. Just in general.
No, you just do the opposite. You're on the opposite pole where you pretend like stocks never go down, and when they do, nobody felt it, and it wasn't a big deal. And I hope they get hurt. I hope everybody loses money. I'll buy them back cheaper.
I don't care. Why would I hope people lose money? Why would I hope people lose money?
Stocks went down. Yeah, stocks are going down. People's portfolios are under pressure.
I don't understand why you think I would want people to lose money. Why would I care what other people do with their money?
I don't know why you feel the way that you do. That's not my
I don't have any feelings. I couldn't care less about other people and their money. Why? I don't understand.
He's admitting it, Spencer.
This we know is true. Yes.
I don't root for people to lose money. I just don't care whether they win or lose. Why would I care? I don't understand.
I'm a legit serial killer. It's not safe to be in the same room. Straight sociopath. I feel nothing.
Little bit. I don't understand. I don't understand why anybody would care what other people do.
No. But you can acknowledge at least that like people get a little bit more anxious after weeks like this.
Good.
As opposed to weeks like last week.
Good.
Right?
We got all-time highs across the board. You got more bears than bulls and individual investors 3 weeks in a row.
And we got the pow coming out today.
All right, I got some fun facts. You want to hear some fun facts?
About the Powell or
about
Jackson's
the Pow?
Okay.
You guys are going to be so impressed with me. You ready for this? All right, so there's this
African American.
There's like a thing in Jackson Hole where all these economists go and infiltrate such a beautiful area. I couldn't imagine planning your family vacation to Jackson Hole and showing up and you got economists everywhere. Like, boy, that's like showing up in Miami Memorial Day weekend thinking that's a good idea and then realizing it's hip hop weekend and you're like, oh shit, I got to get the fuck out of here. It's kind of like that.
And don't let the name might be misleading, right, JC? Because like this is not any small hole. The Jackson's Hole is huge. You can ski in it.
Yeah. Jackson's Hole is in fact huge. Okay, ready? 2024. This Powell guy, he gave a speech at Jackson Hole 2024. The market was flat at first, and then it fell 4.1% over the next 5 days.
You mean 2023?
2023, after the Powell speech, you got a small bounce, and then it fell 1.5%. 2022, sharp drop, down almost 8% over the next 5 days. 2021,
that was a bear market.
It was up 1% on the day, and then those gains held. He had a dovish tone, for those of you who use words like that. And then 2020, you had an initial rally and then a reversal. So those are the last 5 speeches from Tyrone Powell.
There's no trend there.
Jackson Hole speeches.
So there's nothing to see there, right?
I think most of the time the market sells off when this guy opens his mouth in Wyoming. Okay. Except for 2021, it rallied. He had dovish tone. It rallied 1%, and the gains held. Every single other time, it either rallied and reversed or reversed right away.
Even in some sweet.
Are you impressed that I got that? You got that?
But even during some really killer bull markets, this went on.
Well, that's what I was about to ask. How many of those times, like 21, for example, was the market at all time?
What happened in 2020?
2020, there was an initial rally and then a reverse down.
So sometimes these events,
2021, it was already markets were already rolling over. It was up 1%, and the gains held despite the market already rolling over.
In 21, the S&P was more or less at all-time highs at the time of Jackson.
Yeah, but everything else had already been falling apart by then.
So the popular take right now is, oh, this is a nothing burger. There's nothing to see here. How boring.
Is that the popular take?
I think so. Not necessarily, not exactly a hot take, but hearing it from most corners. And it's not always about that, because sometimes these events simply act as like clearing events where there's just a mark on the calendar for the market and it's just waiting to get by, right? And just simply having the event pass can act as some sort of buoy for prices, right? And then things like the trend resumes, in other words. And I kind of feel like we're set up for some action similar to that, where everybody's like, yeah, it was nothing happened here, but stocks might react, right? Let the market decide if it's a nothing burger or not.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I think we do have kind of the pieces in place for a reaction like that today. So look out, Ramp City, right?
Ramp City, you think?
Ramp City, yeah, maybe. I'm
positioned for the market to rip. And generally, I don't root for people to lose money. But those short sellers in the Russell 2000 futures.
Did I strike a chord?
I hope they get smoked. No. I'm agreeing with you in this case.
Okay.
Those short sellers in the Russell 2000 futures. Oh,
I
hope they take it so
everything.
far up their ass. Oh, yeah. I hope
Chase,
they really get it. You know those memes with the green candlestick going up the butt of the trader?
Right.
That's the one. You've seen them, right? It looks like Jesus like hanging on the cross, but it's the candlestick up his butt. You've seen it,
Get those bears, JC. Get those bears.
Hell yeah. All right. Did you see the commercial from Gap yesterday? Throw up slide 5 there. 20 million views in a day and a half. Throw up that. Look at that. Smoking hot women in the commercial. There was, and I quote, there was no quote unquote positivity or inclusion, just good looking people in a trending product, which is exactly Gap's sweet spot. It wasn't like one of those weirdos like the Jaguar commercial, you know?
I feel like we've talked about this trend for years. You've been on top of it. You know, we called out Victoria's Secret for making all the wrong moves many years ago. And now you're seeing the way the world works is we overcorrect. We go way to one side, fuck that up, right? Realize that was a mistake. Then we overcorrect, go way back to the other side. Never really find that nice, warm spot in the middle. And that's exactly what's happening here. We're going back to the old ways.
No, I love it. You know, what it was, Ralph Lauren, they had like beautiful women, and then they changed that to like obese dudes, like dressed as women. Like that was like very odd. Now we're back, baby. We are back.
Comment in the chat.
Imagine that. Good looking models are helping to sell, in this case, jeans. But this is a strategy as old as time. Imagine being like, no. Beautiful models are not a good idea. Let's go with obese people. That's definitely way better. Can you imagine?
Did they just use the same lady? This is the same girl. So the same girl just did the American Eagle. And
no.
She's double dipping.
No. She was the American Eagle. Then they just got so instead of just one, they got a whole bunch of pretty girls.
I was going to say this Sweeney really gets around. Nathan in the chat says, libs hate, what do you say? Libs hate hot chicks. Is that true, Spencer?
I don't think so.
Asking me as if I speak for everybody.
No. I know plenty of libs, and they, pretty sure they all are into the pretty girls. I think that's just some of the weirdos.
Fake news.
Fake news. What about throw up the stock?
I wonder. I do wonder if Gap is like primed for a takeover. There's been just so much M&A in retail in the last few months. We had a guest this week. We had Foot Locker with Dick's. We had Nordstrom. We had Skechers. It just seems like there's just an appetite for this right now in retail. Jeff Mackey probably knows. We should talk to him next week about this. But
so many things are coming back. What used to be cool is cool again. However, no one is talking about bringing back the Old Navy tech vests. And I just can't figure out why that is.
The Old Navy what?
Tech vests.
What does that even mean?
Old Navy tech vest. If you know, you know. We'll have to ask Jeff about it. Gap owns Old Navy.
Right.
Fun fact.
Yes.
And what do they own? Banana too, right?
They own Banana. My friend's grandmother used to call it banana basura. Basura means garbage in Spanish. So banana basura, the alliteration there, meaning that the clothing from Banana Republic is garbage.
I used to like their clothes. No longer good. Same thing as J. Crew. I don't know what happened to those two.
My wife goes to J. Crew. Can we throw up slide 2, please?
Where is the denim index? It's a great question.
It's there. It's there. So how do we feel about Crackle Barrel? They're getting smoked, dude.
Well, this was a COVID story, right? Because Cracker Barrel is a restaurant and a store. And if everyone is ordering delivery and like not eating in the physical restaurant, then they're not going to meander over to the store when they're done and buy a bunch of tchotchkes, right? So they were always going to be screwed after the pandemic. And it's Cracker Barrel, right?
Well, the stock doubled since the spring, so
remind me the ticker on this again.
Throw up the new slide 3 there, and you got the Crackle Barrel down 7%.
CBRL.
Okay. I think they got Budweisered.
Right? As our resident breakfast analyst, Spencer, like, what's your take on this?
Spencer's the guy.
Well, yeah. I haven't been to Cracker Barrel in like 15 years.
That's unacceptable, Spencer.
I don't live.
You just alluded to the fact that it's quality. You were like, "Oh, Cracker Barrel. What does that mean?" I don't know. What that means. I've never been in one of these places.
You've never been to a Cracker Barrel?
Steve, they're all over Florida.
What kind of Florida man are you?
Yeah, come on.
First of all, that's the most Florida man shit to do is to go to a Cracker Barrel.
No, it's not. We have Waffle Houses in Florida. Okay.
No, you got those too, but you got Cracker Barrels, bro. Get involved. Get involved in the Crackle
I'm
Barrel.
mostly an IHOP kind of guy.
No, you don't want to eat that shit, man. Right. Crackle Barrel.
I don't eat at any of these places.
Here's the bottom line. If you've reached the point where your big idea is, oh, you know what it is? We need a new logo.
Yeah, great.
You're probably out of ideas, right?
Well,
if that's your big thing is, yes, we need a brand refresh, a new logo for our restaurant.
It's better than infusing the pancakes with like blueberry syrup or whatever the hell these Denny's does.
Dude, unbelievable. So they're changing all the Crackle Barrels. They're trying to make it more like modern and like, I don't know, friendly for somebody. I don't know who they're trying to be friendly to, but it's really weird. So that's really bummer.
Cracker Barrel. I find myself struggling to say Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel.
Dude, you're a Florida man.
Cracker
You need
Barrel.
to get involved, Strazza. Get involved. Throw up slide 10, please. Nobody's talking about this. They're telling me the United Kingdom is in a recession. It is a country going, down the tubes, they tell me. See what I did there? Down the tubes. See that?
Wow.
New all-time highs for the London FTSE 100. And if you want to broaden that out to the London FTSE 350, a broader look at UK equities, new all-time highs across the board. Steve Strazza, new all-time highs. That historically evidence of a downtrend.
Ooh, country fried steak though. They got country fried steak. Now you have my attention.
Country fried steak.
They put the gravy on
Definitely. Pork gravy all over that shit. Hell yeah.
That I get down with that.
Dude, you need a nap after though.
It's a
like you can't be going to Crackle Barrel having a country fried steak and then planning on doing anything after that.
How do people eat waffles and fried chicken and not like just roll over and die right there at the table?
Depends how much you eat, because like like around noon, if you want to do a little fried chicken, like Nashville fried chicken and waffles with a bottle of champagne to the dome, like that'll get you going for the afternoon. That's how to do it.
Look, it's a
in London. They're eating fish and chips, Strazza, fish and chips,
bangers and mash, fishes and chips, and
you like the bangers and mash, huh?
The bangers and mash, shepherd's pies, Potts pies, and Stroop waffles. So
Stroop waffles, not British.
It's also a bull market out there and has been for a while. I thought Alfonso's post the other day was very interesting because European financials are a group of stocks that we've mocked for years as market analysts because they've never been good. And now not only are they good, but they're leaders. They're beating U.S. stocks. And it looks like if you look at this massive structural base, that it's just kicking off a new leadership regime, right? And this is the largest group of stocks that do a lot of driving of the European indexes, non-U.S. indexes in general, these European financial companies. So I think this is a monster development. And if this ends up being a valid trend reversal in favor of the European financials, that means more leadership to come over further, longer time frames. Look for Europe to keep trending well. Their best players are going to keep working, right? That's what this chart tells me.
I mean, man, this is a serious chart. This is a serious chart. Louis in the chat in the green room talking about how people in New Zealand make fish and chips better than the British.
No, I want to try one of these beef pies from New Zealand and Australia. Have you heard about these?
Pies?
Ask Louis about the beef pies.
I think you should try the Cuban ones. Stick with the Cuban ones.
Oh, I love a good pastelito. The Cubans probably do them the best.
It would be more of, the meat pie would be more of an empanada than a pastelito, but yeah, all right.
But it's a pie, a little pastelito.
Dude, my wife thinks I'm fucking crazy, bro, because I've been going all over town looking for tacos. I did it again yesterday. She goes, she smells my breath. She goes, "You went for tacos again, didn't you?" Just like that. I'm like, "Yo,
caught you."
She caught me.
Wow, you have birria breath.
No, I didn't get the birria. I got the al pastor. Unedible. Shout out to La Bamba. The La Bamba in Sonoma is my favorite taco place. The La Bamba in Pennsylvania. Good service though. Lovely lady. The tacos.
So JC is a no for pineapple on the pizza. Big yes for pineapple in the tacos, though.
It's funny you mentioned that. I've been giving this a lot of thought, as a matter of fact, because over on the East Coast they put pineapple in the al pastor, and then the pineapple.
They don't do that everywhere.
No, on the West Coast, they're not putting it in there. It's there might be pineapple like in the marinade or something like that, and you can't see it. But big chunks of pineapple, they do that on the East Coast, and I don't think I like that.
Yeah, you can.
Any Mexicans in the chat? Any Mexicans you want to chime in here? I miss Mexicans like you would.
Can we bring it back here? It is Friday.
Right way to do it. Pineapple or
Friday.
No pineapple.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking no pineapple, to be honest. It's big chunks of pineapple in your taco, kind of distracting.
But shout out Mexico.
Shout out Mexico. Great people. Right.
The EWW, the U, Spencer, relax.
Dude,
I share MSCI Mexico. EWW right up against the upper bounds here, pressing on its highest level since early summer of last year. That could be a major breakout.
What was that big move with the peso? Wasn't the peso doing something crazy a little while ago?
MXN doing something crazy. Emerging market currencies in general.
The Mexican peso just acting well.
I don't know.
Going higher. With a weak dollar, the Mexican peso is like the benchmark. It's like the bellwether for emerging market currencies. So, shout out to all the Mexicans out there. Hot Pepper says no pineapple in tacos. I would trust somebody by the name of Hot Pepper.
Let me tell you something about Mexicans. Best hot sauce. No other hot sauce matters. I mean, that is the land of hot sauce.
Wow, China just walked in the room.
I hate that sweet stuff.
The Indians. What about the Indians?
This is
sriracha. Disgusting.
I'm not into the sriracha either. I'm with you, Strazza. Bring in Louis. Let's hear about
save
these,
us, please, Louis. Save me.
Got my fingers on the pulse, avocado and toast, leather seats, jet plane, always ready to go.
Oh,
it sounds like this conversation is just going off the rails, so I'm here to get us back on track.
Please.
Talk about what we're supposed to be talking about here.
They don't have Mexicans in New Zealand, right?
Moving on.
Are there a few? Did some Mexicans accidentally land in New Zealand?
Well, I bet there are some Mexicans. I believe they probably are, Jackson. They probably
I'll take
are.
the under. Yeah. The world is a better place if there are Mexicans around you cooking and making cocktails and causing a ruckus. It's great.
Yeah, might have some Mexicans, but our Mexican food scene not really existent, which I'm very sad about.
That's all right.
I mean, great meat pies though. Great meat pies, great fish and chips. I saw a comment saying that New Zealand stole the fish and chips from the British, but hey, guess what, mate? We can always improve, and that's precisely what we've done.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, mate. You hear that?
All right, let's go. I mean, look, Okay, enough about food. Let's
Yes.
talk about the markets that really matter,
Let's do
and
it.
it's crypto.
Solana rolling over relative to Ethereum again, looking to make new 52-week lows. Solana, throw up slide 2, please. I want to hear your thoughts right off the bat. Let's get right into it. Why does Solana suck so much?
I just happen to think that you are just looking and thinking about this a little bit wrong. You know, when I look at the market right now, I come to my desk every single morning and I'm like, okay, well, where are the opportunities in this market? We've had this move in Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been outperforming for the last 2 years. That's done. That's checked. The upside in Bitcoin is capped. I think if you have any meaningful Bitcoin exposure and you're a crypto investor, you don't have your head screwed on right.
Wow.
We had this move in ETH.
Wow.
We had this move in ETH. And so again, we're just moving down the market cap ladder. We had that move in ETH. It's a little bit overextended. And now we're moving down the cap scale. Look at these Bitcoin miners, JC. Bitcoin miners have been outperforming Bitcoin for these last few months, right? So again, we're moving into the later stages of this bull run. A lot of these altcoins are just forming these beautiful bases. Like JC, these are the in your entire career, this is probably the most beautiful base that you would have ever seen in your entire career. Just look at how nice this is.
To quote Steve Strazza, this is the same pattern we've been buying this whole cycle. Right, Strazza?
Oh, yeah.
That thing. That is literally in the equities market and speculative growth. I mean, financials at one point. I mean, these were the patterns that we've been buying very successfully, I might add. Is this that?
Mm-hmm. I mean, look, you know, we've got a little bit of weakness in these last few days, but just zoom out on a lot of these charts. Just zoom out. Bitcoin is still holding this longer term breakout. The S&P 500 still holding this longer term breakout. It's just noise. Forget about it. And even though we have a little bit of short-term weakness, look at these massive bases that have formed in a lot of these speculative altcoins in the entire crypto ecosystem. I've been pointing to something like Arbitrum or Optimism. There's just so many charts that just look incredible. And again, moving back to that Arbitrum example, Arbitrum was just 1% of the size that Ethereum was before it had its move in May. And Ethereum has more than tripled off its lows. So to say that an asset that's 1% the size of Ethereum can't do that and more in the space of a few months, I think they're just foolish. And so, again, we could talk about Ethereum, we could talk about Solana, but ultimately, if you want to move the needle, the entire crypto ecosystem just looks beautiful. It's just built the space.
You know, when you look at a chart of Arbitrum, it looks exactly like that altcoin. It looks exactly like that altcoin index that you just showed before, like identical. You notice that?
It's a 4x to get back to those former highs.
Here, throw up slide 2 there, please. So this is Arbitrum. This is what Louis was just talking about. So this is Ethereum layer 2. Kind of just speed up the process there. But there's the Arbitrum price in US dollars. And if you just flip quickly over to slide 10 and just go back and forth, you could really see they look exactly the same. So look at that base throughout 2025. Look at that base throughout 2025. They look exactly the same. You know, so if you think that it's altcoin season, Arbitrum is one of those that, you know, they look exactly the same, right? See what I did there, Louis?
Exactly. Yeah, I like that. I mean, again, look at these Bitcoin miners. I want to get Stephen here because he made this really interesting comment about these Bitcoin mining stocks. And I want to talk about MicroStrategy as well, where there's almost 2 classes of Bitcoin mining stocks. And, oh, there he is. You know, it's like the bat signal. You know, talk about Bitcoin miners. He just appears out of nowhere.
He is the chief YOLO officer.
Wow. I mean, you're saying something really interesting that I'd never really heard before, where you're saying that there's almost 2 classes of Bitcoin mining stocks, where you've got the ones that are following the MicroStrategy approach, and then almost diversifying into AI compute.
Yeah.
So, talk to me about that.
I think these Bitcoin miners, a ton of them hit the market, you know, last cycle, and they kept coming. And then they had to make a decision because that business wasn't really viable during the last bear market for crypto or for Bitcoin. So some of them pivoted to the AI compute industry and said, hey, we can start, you know, helping out over there for these needs. with kind of the build out that we did here for our Bitcoin mining. And then some other ones saw the success that MicroStrategy was having as the preferred, crypto or Bitcoin vehicle, and said, hey, we're going to just go do what MicroStrategy is doing and copy them. And if you look at the charts, like Louis, sometimes I don't really know for sure which ones do what, but I'll look at a chart like Riot or Mara and just know they're doing the MicroStrategy thing because the way this one looks. And then I'll look at something like the Wolf or the Iran or the Cores and know these guys are doing the big data stuff or the compute stuff because of the way these charts look. So I think the market's treated these two groups very differently.
And, what I'll say is just how fascinating that the premium that MicroStrategy was trading at relative to its Bitcoin holdings peaked the day that IBIT options got launched. So again,
Stop. Say it again. Everybody listen.
So what we're looking at here in red is the premium that MicroStrategy is trading at relative to its Bitcoin holdings. So obviously, investors have placed a premium in the stock. This peaked the day that IBIT options launched.
So MicroStrategy was a vehicle to gain leverage for Bitcoin or on Bitcoin, and it was used for that. And because there were not other viable or decent vehicles out there, there was a huge premium built into MicroStrategy's stock price over time. As soon as the market, developed to the point where you had a viable option to gain leverage on Bitcoin, a derivatives market via IBIT options, right? An iShares fund, options on an iShares fund. MicroStrategy's premium just came out of it. Just came right out of it. Like a balloon. Look at that.
Yeah, compressing every single day.
This is a killer observation because this is something we've been saying, right? But you went back and checked the data, and wow, spot on. Good stuff. And does this ever end? I guess becomes the question. How much of this premium is still left to come out? Because that's what's driving the underperformance, right? This is just a change in the valuation of MicroStrategy. That's why the stock is underperforming. They're not doing anything different. They're out here doing the same thing they've been doing for a year and a half, 2 years now. Buying Bitcoin like crazy.
There's just so much. It's one of the greatest narratives. Yeah, support at zero. There's this narrative that these corporate treasuries are the greatest trade or the greatest idea since sliced bread. But the fact of the matter is that these things have just been terrible trades. I mean, you look at something like MetaPlanet, where I was talking a lot about MetaPlanet a few months ago. It was basically like MicroStrategy on steroids. But what's happened since? The premium has started coming out because we've got more vehicles to trade now. And so when you look at the Bitcoin mining space, which is a space that has a lot of opportunities right now, you can basket these stocks into two ideas. And the stocks that are taking on this treasury approach are the ones that are underperforming. Not to say that they absolutely can't go higher in a market environment like this, but just looking ahead, it's just a failing strategy.
Yes. Bottom line is the reason why we wanted to own MicroStrategy and use MicroStrategy as a vehicle is gone now. And I don't know if it's ever traded at a discount, but it might have. MicroStrategy has been around since like 2018, 2019, doing this same thing. I believe maybe in 2017. So I think this has traded at a discount before. So we're still at what, 150%?
No, there's one of there's one of them that's trading at a discount, and the CEO was just like making a YouTube video about how they're selling the price of the stock is at a discount to what they own, so it's the opposite as the MicroStrategy. And then he's like, "We're just gonna keep buying it with our own money, and nobody cares. Like nobody's buying it."
Idiots think that their stocks are going to play catch up, but instead, what's happening every day is MicroStrategy is playing catch down to the rest of these loser treasury companies. The bottom line is this is stupid, what they're all doing. And something that's this elementary can't work this well forever. For them to come out here and think, hey, guys, we're absolutely masters of the universe. We're just geniuses. Trust us. It's intelligent leverage. We're going to borrow money via the capital markets system and then buy an incredibly risky speculative asset. And it's some sort of crazy new financial strategy. It's not. You're just being irresponsible and taking on an excessive amount of risk. It's going to work really well in good times, and it's going to be a disaster when the good times end.
Yeah, you know,
It is what it is.
throw up slide 2. This is the guy. So it's Empery Digital. You know that one? Empery Digital. It holds 450 million in Bitcoin.
This checks out. He's definitely the CEO.
It's trading $110 million under.
This is Michael Saylor during the next bear market.
Dude, imagine you have to make a video saying that, you know, your stock is trading at $110 million discount to its net asset value, and you're making
This
a
looks
YouTube
like
video.
the antivirus guy 20 years before he went crazy.
Yeah, I would also look like this if my stock was trading at a discount.
Right. Man, so that's real life right there.
You know, because it was so easy. It was so easy. It was such an obvious, why wouldn't you just do this and copy MicroStrategy, right? It was so easy. Michael Saylor's doing tours around these financial conferences talking about how smart he is. Why wouldn't everyone do this? So people started listening, and everyone literally started doing this. And guess what? The market changed its mind and said, no, this is actually stupid now. Not going to work for all.
What time's this Tyrone guy talking today? Is it a morning thing?
Tyrone comes on. I have no idea. I'm not going to present.
Spencer, you know, you're one of these news people. 10 o'clock. Look at that. Look how quickly. He's like, hell yeah. He's got his popcorn ready. He's going to be listening to that guy. Okay, ready? Let's play a game. Slide 4 and slide 5. Which one would you rather have? Right? Would you say, what's the game that they played? Would you rather? What is it? Right? Would you rather?
Oh, God. Back to this.
So do you want this one or the next one? Ready? Go back and forth. Which one do you guys want? This one or this one?
You got to get on board, JC.
Or this one.
Stop fighting it. Don't fight it, JC. We're going to be right on this. I don't know what to tell you, but I'm not.
Rotation, JC. Rotation sustains bull markets.
Question. It's just a question I'm asking the audience. Just a question.
Since we chose our fighters, Solana has outperformed Ethereum.
They're not fighters. They are cryptocurrencies.
They're fighters.
That's weird.
Choose your fighter.
Finish him.
So listen, Solana's going to work. Solana's going to get on board here if this is a sustained crypto bull run.
Okay, ready?
And
Let's
play. Outperform all these losers.
All right, you can take this down. We're going to play a game here. Abe said, "Fuck, marry, kill."
Oh God.
Right? Fuck, marry, kill. Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum. Fuck, marry, kill. I'll start. I'll fuck Ethereum. Marry Bitcoin. Kill Solana.
No.
What on earth are we talking about?
No.
Which one? Go.
No, you fuck BTC, you kill ETH because Solana's already doing it, and you marry Sol.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Louis?
Yeah.
Well, you marry Bitcoin, I think you fuck Sol, and I think you kill Ethereum.
Wow.
All different.
Wow.
All of our answers were different.
Yeah, all different. You know, different strokes for different folks.
Marrying Bitcoin, fucking Ethereum, and killing Solana. All right.
Does Bitcoin make you wear its shirts now that you're married to it?
Oh, I see what you did there. Smart man right there, Steve Strazza. I mean, it's Crypto Friday, so I'm dressing the part. Strazza's just a Florida man every day. Doesn't matter. Crypto Friday or otherwise, Florida man.
I respect that.
Dude,
I mean, you know what? I need to get like a shirt of New Zealand. Like, it's crazy to me that you've just like got a shirt of Florida. Like, it's the most Florida guy thing ever. Like, I wouldn't imagine like ever having like a shirt of New Zealand or something.
Dude, if it was like a camouflaged shirt, it would be even more Florida man.
We're proud people. So yeah, a lot of this stuff around here.
We gotta get Louis like Miami Hurricanes football gear.
The best.
Bro, I've got like a Miami Dolphins jersey, you know?
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's almost as good.
Shout out Giants, by the way. Jackson Dart. Hey now. Did you see Tommy Colcutt's last night? Still got it.
Dude,
still got it. Giants look great. Undefeated.
So excited about the preseason.
Speaking of undefeated, Fairfield.
Shout out to Fairfield Little League.
American football. Yeah. My favorite conversation.
No, Louis, you got to listen to this. It's a big deal. Trivia. Who knows it? When was the last time that a team from the United States won the Little League World Series? Who knows it? And what was the town? It's a great town.
Trumbull?
It was probably I don't know, like 8 or 9 years ago. Was it Chula Vista, California?
You're way wrong.
Trumbull, Connecticut.
1989, the great town of Trumbull, Connecticut.
How about that? Oh, one for the good
Who
guys.
was
So hold on, I want to explain to
What are
Louis
you
what
guys
we're
even
talking about.
right now?
Louis, I'm
Louis,
going to explain
This
to
is
you.
some American.
I'm
This is
not
some
done with
American
my
shit.
story. Who was the star of that Trumbull Little League World Series team?
I don't know.
Later played for the Rangers.
I don't know.
Did a lot of stuff with Colony Pizza. Chris
You're not-
Drury,
Okay.
great Connecticut man.
Uh,
True
Okay,
Connecticut hero. Chris Drury of the New
Louis,
York Rangers
Louis,
was the
for
star
the
of the Little League
Kiwis
baseball
out
team.
there, this is the most
Translate.
American shit ever.
yeah.
These
So
are like little
like
12-year-olds
3
playing
blocks from
baseball,
me.
and the country freaks out.
every summer there's a big tournament, and the best 12-year-olds go to a random ass town in Pennsylvania, and they play a
It's like the
tournament.
worst place on earth. What's it called?
And-
Port.
And it's a fun thing. They come from all over the world. Actually, they come from your neck of the woods as well. Maybe not New
Oh,
Zealand.
they don't play baseball in New Zealand.
Louis,
man.
the last time that the United States won this event, it was
not-
the town that I was
That's not
raised.
true.
Yes,
There's
it is.
there's
mom told me it's true.
there's no way that's true.
My mom told me that.
It's not true.
Are you saying that Steve's mom is a liar? That is rude.
Listen, you heard it here. Don't fact check this. The last time the United States won the Little League World Series, Trumbull, Connecticut. Chris Drury. Shout out Chris Drury. New York
okay.
Rangers.
But let's bring it
Colony
back,
Pizza.
Louis.
Shout out Colony.
Final trade. Give us a coin. I like the game that we played. Give us a coin. What are we buying right here, right now? Arbitrum.
Definitely not the Kanye token. I'm definitely going to say that. Not a fan of the Kanye token here. If I'm going to give you a trade on the sheets, I'm going to stick my neck out and go Arbitrum. You know.
Arbitrum. I like it. Listen, it's a bellwether for the chart of the altcoins. So I like it. I'm into it, Louis.
And if you're going to give me a source to learn anything about whatever you just talked about, was it football? Was it baseball?
It was baseball.
The less you know, the better. It was baseball.
No, but
You're good. You don't need to
it's
know.
cool to watch a bunch of little kids play a game.
I'm not gonna lie. I was
TV.
watching it yesterday.
It's pretty cool.
It was
They're all
pretty cool.
12. They're all 12 years old and 11
Yeah.
and 13. Right?
Yeah, it was pretty cool actually.
Yeah.
You know what
And-
we need? We need like some sort of like. Don't you guys play like fantasy? It's like.
No, you
Yeah.
don't need to do that. That's
Oh.
for poor people. They got too much time on their hands.
All right. Anyway, guys, here there is a link in the description, but I'll drop it in the chat to get Louis' free ASC Crypto Daily Note. Oh, the link is too big. That sucks. Anyway, it's in the description. Let me try this again. ASC Crypto Daily. Louis sends us out on the regular, and it is free, and you should get it because it takes 5 seconds to consume.
No, it's
And-
Louis does a great job. Make sure you're getting that note every single morning. Louis, great job.
There it
It's
is.
1 o'clock in the morning over there in New Zealand. Get some rest, buddy. It's a little late for you. It's past your bedtime.
Thanks,
Really?
guys. I'm really happy to be ending this. Talking about American football 1 a.m. Can't say it's on my bucket list items.
Yeah.
But you guys have a great weekend.
Thanks,
Louis
Louis.
Sykes having a good hair day.
By the way, Lake Mary, Florida, won the World Series last year, Steve.
I didn't
So I don't know where that
Lake
is.
Mary.
No,
Well, you're the Florida
world,
man.
The world one doesn't
Yeah,
like
the
Japan
global-
always
the
win.
world one. Yeah, Strazza's right. They got to beat the Japanese or whatever. Did you know that
Talking about the world one.
Ferrari accepts
You're wrong. Spencer's
Dogecoin?
wrong. Don't listen to Spencer.
Did you know that Ferrari accepts Dogecoin?
No.
Yeah,
Can't buy cars with Doge.
you could buy Ferraris when Lambo.
I feel like I remember them doing like a crypto, like a Bitcoin thing a couple years ago, but I did not know about Dogecoin. No.
Yep, you can use your Dogecoin to buy a Ferrari.
Shout
I
out.
think that's cool. I think that's cool.
Nobody does that though.
How many Dogecoin
Like
would
it sounds
take?
cool,
It
but who's
would
doing
take a
How many
million.
Dogecoin will it take to buy a Ferrari? What does a Ferrari go for these days?
A
I
lot.
don't know, a couple hundred. I have no idea.
Not a couple.
I don't know. I don't know what Ferraris cost.
Not a couple.
Ferrari prices
150?
vary significantly from the new Ferrari Roma at $243,000 to limited edition models that go over $2 million, like the
Okay.
But you
Ferrari
can't keep out,
Daytona.
if you're gonna get a
$2 million
Ferrari,
for a car is, I think, is a little excessive.
that's stupid.
250 is not terrible for a Ferrari. 250, it's not terrible.
It's not terrible. We live in
No,
different
I mean, for
realities.
a Ferrari, 250, $2 million's a lot.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't drive a Ferrari.
What
I
am I
would
gonna do
drive
with
over
Ferrari? I have
250,
3
but-
kids, bro. I have 3 kids. Where am I gonna put them? Drag them?
You won't. All right. Do we have Larry Thompson in the house? I think we do, and we got a brand new bumper for him. It's exciting.
Ooh.
I know.
There he is.
Okay.
Larry Thompson in the house.
Larry,
What's up?
Are those flying bitcoins or pennies?
I don't know what they are. They're
Have you
I look
seen
like
the price, the cost of making pennies these days?
looks like Richie Rich. That's what that reminded me of.
Oh, great movie.
Great
Great movie.
movie.
Great movie.
Great movie.
Excellent
Little
movie.
throwback to Richie
What a
Rich.
flick.
So
Yeah.
I don't know what
Hi, Larry.
coins that was. Maybe it's a Larry coin. Thompson 2 cents coin.
That's right. That's
go.
exactly what they were. Yes, let's
For
go.
that.
Let's go with that.
I got this
Bingo.
guy, Larry Thompson, trying to tell me that sector rotation is not the lifeblood of a bull market. Please
Facts.
tell me more.
Yeah. So it's nuance. If we're talking about the S&P 500, it's definitely not the lifeblood of the S&P 500. The market, sure, we can define the market as every stock in the entire world.
It's a good,
Sure,
it's a good
right?
way to think about it.
Yeah, so I think it's the Achilles heel of the S&P 500. You don't want, I mean,
Wow.
if we see rotation out of tech, the S&P 500, it's not going to look great. And so that's the nuance, I think. And I would also
What
just
about 20
say,
years ago when the technology was underperforming the entire bull market and stocks absolutely ripped? What happened? That doesn't count?
I'll tell you, we'll talk about math, right? What was the weight of technology then?
It was probably falling that entire decade, right?
It probably wasn't as great as it is now, right? So the higher the concentration risk, it literally means that rotation within the S&P 500 is less important, right? That's why you see so many breadth divergences that don't pay off, because underneath the hood, if the big guys are winning, it's hard for breadth to matter. And then if the big guys are losing, it's even harder for breadth to matter, which I think as a technician is beautiful because we can look underneath the surface. We can be looking at biotechs if mega cap is breaking down, right? I think that's even more reason to be an active investor versus a passive, which has been the argument for 10, 20 years now. But if this is the time when it actually occurs, I would love to see a stealth bull market underneath the surface. We got to see it play out. I don't think we're there yet. We got to see it play out. But I think, Steve, some of your charts, I kind of mentioned
It peaked right where it is right now, by the way, Larry, in the like 33, 34% in March of 2000. So it's the same weighting as it is now.
And
Larry,
how
why
did
do
we
you hate-
do from 2000 to 2002? The S&P 500, which would maybe the
Pretty
market.
shitty.
Yeah. So
Pretty
Larry,
shitty.
why do you hate the biotechs?
I don't. I have biotech charts in here.
Okay.
Yeah,
See.
I was wrong about that from a beta perspective. I thought as a sector, when beta kind of got crushed, biotechs didn't. I actually wrote about it 2 weeks ago. I looked through IBB, which actually I have a chart of IBB. I looked at all 250. By the way, look at IBB. Don't look at XBI. IBB has 250 charts within it. XBI has like 100. So you get a lot more ideas if you actually just pull back the curtain of IBB. A lot
Isn't
more
it cap
opportunity.
weighted though? Isn't it cap
IBB?
weighted? Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's more equally based.
Really?
IBB?
Yeah.
No. It's cap
Yeah, it
weighted.
is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
100%.
sorry. Yes, it is. But correct. My fault. I'm not getting it backwards. What I'm saying is more charts within it to look at.
More components to dig through.
Yeah.
You
So
got
I'm
the
saying
I mean, you got the better ones. You got Gilead in there, Regeneron, Vertex Pharmaceuticals.
yeah, you can what I'm saying is like just download the components and then look at those charts because you get 250 options versus 110 in XBI. So there's a few
So
biotechs.
it's market cap weighted, but there's more names, is what you're saying.
Yes. So I like the looks of the ETF overall, but I'm saying if you're trying to get a feel for biotechs overall, just download those components because there's just more in them than there is in XBI.
Dude, that Bridge Bio yesterday.
Looks
Ooh,
great.
What
Looks
a
great.
stick. What a stick.
Pull up MDGL chart. I think it's 35. Look at this base in a biotech. I got like a 25-year base here in this biotech, which I think is beautiful, which you don't see often. And it's up 34% this month.
This is my favorite. My
Really?
favorite one.
Why did you pronounce it for us there, Strazza?
Madrigal.
It's Madrigal.
And
Quick question in the chat, real quick. Is the market
Madrigal is the last name of the girl from Encanto, the Disney movie.
Sounds like a pretty flower.
It's
Madrigal.
the family Madrigal.
They call it the Madrigal system when you just keep buying like doubling down. The Madrigal.
Nobody calls it that.
So is the stock market a zero-sum game, Greg Williams? No, your trading might feel like a zero-sum game sometimes, but the stock market over time is a positive utility for society just due to the velocity of money.
Yeah, wealth creation occurs in the stock market.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It rotates, but it also occurs at the same time. The other thing I would say about that Madrigal, however you pronounce that, is
Madrigal.
that can solve the problem we were talking about at the top of the hour, right? This company is dedicated to treating MASH, a progressive and potential fatal liver disease. We cure liver disease, people probably start cranking beers again. So I'm rooting for this company because we solve liver problems. Keg stands back. It's almost football season. Who doesn't like a good tailgate, right? I'm in South Carolina, so we have Clemson plays LSU. Big tailgate going down. A lot of the liver damage will be occurring. So
I'm a big Tigers fan.
I am.
Yeah, I love it.
So
love it. Me too, man. Me too. By the way, people don't know this about me. Big Clemson Tigers guy.
Love it. You got to come to a game. Come through.
I've been to the, what do they call it? The fucking Thunderdome or Death Valley or whatever. It's
there you go.
Cool. The players run in.
Yeah,
been to a bunch of games actually.
Good.
Love it over there.
Good. Yeah. So MDGL was one that I liked. But
yeah, Madrigal. That's one of our favorites. Didn't you say, Strazza, in yesterday's meeting that there's like the Madrigal of another country or something like that?
No, Sam said that. And
it's like a junior Madrigal.
And it looked great too. Sam, what is that? Ping us so we could buy it. When you see a good-looking biotech these days, you buy it and you put a stop on that thing, and that's it. And you build your own basket. This is the kind of group you just go. You build your own basket. You buy a bunch because if you buy just one, I don't know. You might be wrong. You could be very wrong in this space.
Yeah, and that's exactly like I said. If you just take from a practical perspective, just take IBB, right? Download the components. Look at just look through them. Take 25 that you like. Create a custom composite. See how that does, and you'll see a lot better performance. But owning just one name, I don't have the chart, but you can look at something like Viking Therapeutics, right? Down 30-40%, I believe, this week. Sometimes it just gets slammed. So the news-driven element of it, you kind of have to position size accordingly because of that. And just maybe be aware.
And be aware
earnings. Be aware when earnings.
Vikings doing these GLP-1s. Larry hates the GLP-1s.
I'm a fan of GLP-1s, but we're good.
Let me ask you something, Larry. This guy, the Powell guy, he's doing this thing today. And are you when you think about the market, does this play a role at all, this guy, or do you just ignore it? How do you think about it?
So I think about it through the lens of the market. So I think Strazza has some great charts. I had similar ideas this week, but you look at something like equally weight NASDAQ 100. You look at something like semiconductors. You look at something like mags. Those are sitting at critical levels. And it just happens to be a coincidence to me that Jackson Hole is also occurring today. So the fact that we have these stocks at these critical levels and we have Jackson Hole occurring, I'm a little more sensitive to the information, just because if it does move the market, this looks like a clean risk reward. I think it's a clean risk reward if we see some follow through today, because people were talking a lot about hammers yesterday, and I tweeted something. I was in St. Louis this week, so I didn't have time to look at a ton of charts, but I pulled up this chart and I said, hammer candles are bullshit unless we see follow through. Because what did we see? What did we see? Yes. What did we see in this? We saw a hammer candle 2 days ago, and then it didn't see follow through. We saw a doji, and we've seen 6 days down in a row. So you have to see that follow through. And so one, I think the fact that we have hammer at critical support and the Jackson Hole, I think through it that lens. I don't think through it from a top-down perspective of Powell's talking. It's always important to the charts. I just think charts are at our critical levels as he's talking, if that makes sense.
Larry, Dow's up 300 points this morning on the open. If the market were to close right here, right now, it will be the highest daily closing price ever. And for the first time this year, that it closes at a new all-time high. How do you feel about that?
It's awesome. I love it. I love
awesome
those
for who?
30 components. People who own the Dow, I guess.
Which is not awesome for the people who don't own the Dow.
Yeah, not as much.
I don't own the Dow. I don't own the Dow, to be fair. I've lost money this week, to be honest, because momentum's kind of gotten rocked, and I trade a lot of momentum. So momentum's pulled back a little bit. So that's something I'm looking at from my personal portfolio. It's getting hit a little bit right now. That's okay.
Yeah, but momentum's not getting hit. High beta's getting hit.
Momentum's getting hit. You can pull up MTUM. It's getting hit. Palantir's getting hit. There's a difference.
Names are the momentum right now, so they are the same.
There's a lot of nuance between that when you look at the math, but momentum involves a component. The difference between momentum and beta is the actual derivative of the underlying price. So like you can have stocks that are at the same time, coincidentally, high momentum and high beta. But when that dispersion occurs, it's a little nuanced. But something like Palantir, I wouldn't necessarily have considered high beta, or Hood, I wouldn't have considered high beta because it was just trickling up, trickling. It's more those bigger moves, which that's why I'm a little bit surprised that biotechs have held up so well, because they typically tend to have that beta. And the fact they're holding up, I think underneath the surface.
Short sellers are crazy short Russell 2000 and biotechs for that matter. Highest short interest in XBI ever.
Yeah, I think that's information to where the context of some of these charts that might look like mini tops. I think you just have to be aware. But
it's tough for it to be a massive top if everybody's short.
Agreed. And it's tough to be a top when the underlying trend of the market is strong. And I was doing this research just this morning before I came on the show, because I was curious. Looking at some of these charts, like the MAGS chart, basically if it pulled back to its 200-day and its April low AVWAP, that would be around 10%. And so I was curious, how often do we have a, greater than 15% drawdown and then another 10% drawdown in the same year? The last time that occurred was actually the V bottom that occurred during COVID. And it looks very similar to this. We had that V recovery from the lows, and then we pulled back about 11% from the highs in the S&P 500. And that would line up well on these charts. And also, what would that do? We would have that beautiful false breakdown, which if it is a bull market, you're going to see false breakdowns. And so I'm looking more for that playbook, because I think that would get people fearful. Powell comes out and says something today, and people are going to overanalyze it based on the price action. And then we have a little fear going into September. And that's probably the bottom, is when everyone kind of gets fearful, and then what do? We rally into the year end. So that's kind of the playbook I have in my head, looking back at the COVID V bottom.
I love it. I do. We've discussed it. 2020 is the analog for right now, period. It's the only period to go back and look at. It's very similar to the environment that we're in today. And I think that's overall bullish thing.
Larry, how do you feel when you see something like European bank ETF making new all-time highs as we speak? I know you're American, right? American. But how do you think about like something like that? How does that weigh into your thought process?
So international, it's kind of something for me that is just, it's like a weight of the evidence. That's just a smaller piece of my evidence pie. I do trade a lot more US in general, right? I look a lot more at the S&P 1500 as a whole in terms of what I'm trading. But I think it's one of those things where you can't, in bull markets, they solve problems. You can't get fearful just because we have, a couple days down in a row, because I think if we have bids in other areas of the market, people are still overall bullish the market. It's just a matter of, like you said, rotation. But that rotation out of the S&P 500 is the critical point. It might still be a bull market in stocks. And that's what I said the other day, is like, you could be bullish stocks and short the index, or bearish an index. And that's the beauty of technicals. We can look at the charts and know which ones to buy and sell. So if 7 stocks can drive an index and those 7 aren't looking good, doesn't mean you're bearish stocks. It means you're just bearish that high concentration risk, because that is the Achilles heel for the S&P 500. Everyone knows it. It's every player, every team. If Patrick Mahomes goes down, the Chiefs are screwed, right? But if Patrick Mahomes is playing, it's not like you just are fearful of that. You're just aware of that situation. It's just a fact. It doesn't mean it's bearish. Like, who's the backup for Patrick this year? Do you guys know? I do, but
Matt Castle.
Giants have 4 quarterbacks who could start.
LOL. I saw Jameis was tossed yesterday.
Now they only need another 21 players, right?
He's on the fence.
They need another 52 players, right, for the whole team. The whole team's ass.
Guys, not to like hard pivot here, but
hard pivot.
Strazza, that JD and Baba this morning. Woo!
Yeah, man. The China.
I want to put that risk reversal on that JD so hard.
And how about these real estate stocks? But you're right, JC. China. We've been just buying China.
Dude, look at that ripper and the pin Dow.
We put it on yesterday. We're so in it.
Pin Dow?
Great.
Yeah, you got to do it.
Pin Dow on yesterday. Nice.
Yeah.
Looks great. I like K-Web as a whole just looks great. In terms of, I didn't bring this chart, but CBRE looks awesome if you want to talk about real estate.
Yeah,
that high and tight.
That one's different though. That one's like not a REIT. They're like
it's not a REIT.
servicer or something. It doesn't trade like a REIT.
I'm
Much
familiar.
smaller yield.
Yeah.
I love that one.
Yeah, its
And then
business model is a little more
Dude, and the
inelastic.
Tiger, the Robin Hood of
But it's
Southeast
good.
Asia, Tiger, TIGR.
We're in that one too. Love it.
Look at that
That's
thing.
like the interactive brokers. This will probably
K-Web
hurt
looks
some people,
great.
but we talk all about Europe and European financials. Is it too cold of a take to just point out that Europe, like if you're trying to glean information on like the broader global market, like Europe's barely relevant to the global marketplace? What do you think the percentage of the global stock market is Europe today?
It is
My over under would be like 15%.
no, it's 23 and a half.
It's like 11%.
11?
Ah, so
dude.
you took
So
the
like
over.
the things we say about materials and the S&P 500 or energy,
Similar. Yeah.
that's like Europe. No
Yeah.
offense. So it
Wow,
is what it
Europe.
is.
Step your game up, Europe.
I also just, from my perspective, right? Like Jason and I talk about this. I'm an American. Shout out to America.
America.
Shout out America.
What you're getting from those European financials isn't anything unique to them. A lot of the times it's just SPLV to a degree. It's just some low vol
No, you
items.
can get socialized banks right here in America now. It's a new thing that we do.
Yeah. So I
You can
mean,
get
we run.
socialized-
Bank of America, one of those, considering it's Bank of America.
You can even
No,
buy like nationalized
regionals.
chip makers in America in the future, from what I'm hearing.
The regionals are so regulated. Right now, I'm buying
What'd
a
you
new
say
house.
about chip
and
makers
it's
in America,
ridiculous.
Strazza?
Trying to nationalize friggin' Intel out here.
Did you see the Economist magazine?
Nope.
Throw up slide 2 there, please, guys.
Very
This
annoyed
was
by this,
the
huh?
Economist magazine this week.
JC's become like a pop culture
He's an
expert.
icon.
That's his new
Yeah.
that's his new
Icon.
thing, man. Big pop culture guy.
What's this about?
We're looking at jeans and magazines. He's just with it.
Somebody gots to be. You know what I'm saying? What do we think about this? So this is like an
everybody's
old
making
school
chips.
dinner table. No iPhones there on the table, or is that actually there are some iPhones there on the table.
Everybody
there's a
wants
bunch.
the chips.
I think that's
and then
the
so
point.
it's like a pie, right? But it's like what are those called? Like circuit boards? Is that what that is called?
It's a meat pie. It's a meat pie from the metaverse.
It's a meat pie from the metaverse. How do we feel about this magazine cover? The fantasy of homegrown chip making.
That's what the
Are we taking the
GL1P
under?
people eat. The GL1P
Everybody's-
people eat that.
This is the new gold rush. Everybody's trying to get in. Look at the big, look at the megas, right? The whatever super adopters, whatever that word is that I never get. They are all making their own chips now, in-house. Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, Google. Like we're just going to do our own. Everybody wants to own the chips. They all want to be the chip maker. But right now there is one main chip maker, and that's NVIDIA. They're the gatekeeper.
That's right. So then why should we look at the equally weighted semiconductors index if only one matters?
Dude, because semiconductors matter for a lot more things besides AI.
All right.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I mean they
They're in
drive the
everything.
infrastructure. They drive like, if you look at something like Grid or Pave, those ETFs, and you think about the infrastructure build out that's occurring, they drive smart utility solutions, which is like, I think one of the bull cases in general for the market and the bear case for energy is the better we utilize energy. We don't need new sources of energy. We just need to utilize the ones we're already doing effectively. Those chips go into these substations, and then those substations are able to be notified of water leaks, gas leaks in a fifth amount of the time that it used to take. And then, right, that just goes to that's lower COGS for those utility companies. And then they don't necessarily lower their bills, but that's why you see XLU doing so well. But yeah, it's a lot of the infrastructure, not just for data centers. Data centers is a story, but just in terms of picks and shovels, everyday things that is occurring at people's houses.
I got a chart. You guys want to see a cool chart?
Yeah.
we got the Powell in 19 minutes. The chat is
So this one
counting
comes
down.
from the one
to Tyrone.
Goldman Sachs. This one, throw up slide 2. So I thought this was really interesting. So this is the value of data centers under construction is about to pass the amount of construction for regular offices. How do we feel about that? Is it bubblicious?
Data center REITs.
Oh,
How do we feel about this? This is a good chart, right?
No, it's a secular trend.
I don't know how I feel about this actually.
I don't either. I don't know anything about this stuff, so I'm curious. Maybe you guys can shed some light.
Yeah, it's to me, it's a secular trend of just the way the world works, right? Like we have way less printers than we used to have. There's just technology that's needed in everyday solutions, and it's more data center driven than it is right. Also, there's already a ton of offices built. So right, this is construction. So the value under construction, right? You need to build a lot more data centers than we need necessarily just office buildings in general, because there's already some that exist. So I think if you think of it from that perspective, it makes more sense.
And I think of the megatrend in nuclear too, because you need to power these data centers.
Yeah, like how many more office buildings do you need when, right? They already exist, right? It's just upkeep and maintenance. You're not necessarily building them out like you were, I don't know, years ago.
What's the big New York City retail REIT or New York City office REIT?
The Empire State Building one.
Popular one. They own a lot of the New York City. They always come up.
No. It starts with a V, right? We saw it when we were in the city the other week. Shit. What is it?
I don't know.
Vortex. It's not Vortex. It's Vornado. Vornado.
No, yeah, good call.
Yeah.
Whatever. I think those are all buys. Washed out REITs. They're all washed out. I'm flipping through like the XLR.
VNO is your ticker.
There's a lot of good looking stuff in real estate right now.
Yeah, if people don't get this productivity from AI, they're going to start sending everyone back to the office. That's for sure.
Not me.
I am reminded of the data infrastructure real estate ETF that I used to own that has done nothing this entire cycle.
SL Green is what I was thinking of. Thank you, Mike Thornton. SLG.
Okay.
You own the wrong one, Spencer.
I know.
Look at Pave. PAVE.
Well, I don't own it anymore, but I did back a few years ago. Yes, you're right.
Look at Grid. GRID.
You're right.
The wrong ones, my sir.
You're absolutely right. So know what you own.
Yeah.
is the lesson here.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Powell.
Recess and then.
I got a recess. I got a recess.
All right.
All right, what do you got, Larry?
Someone throw up slide 38. I was in St. Louis this week at work. I feel bad for people. I feel bad for these people.
What is this?
This pizza is called Emo's Pizza.
Looks like Kraft cheese on there. What is this?
It has Provel cheese, which I think it's a fancy word for toe cheese. This pizza. So I was with one of my. It's disgusting. They're like, hey, you got to try this pizza. My coworker's actually he went to Fairfield. He's from Connecticut. And he was like, this is an abomination to Colony's Pizza. He's like,
you put that in your mouth?
It was terrible.
Holy
you had
shit.
to try it because it's like, you got to try it while you're there. We got a small pizza. It tasted, a frozen pizza tasted better than this Emo's Pizza. So I just feel bad for the people of St. Louis. Their barbecue is not as good as Texas brisket barbecue. Their sauce is too sweet. Just sorry for those who live in St. Louis. Their pizza is just absolutely terrible.
I was excited to go and pound some breakfast as soon as we get off here, and now I've lost my appetite. So thank you.
Yeah, it's absolutely terrible.
You guys wonder why like a place like Domino's is so successful, because most of this country doesn't have access to good pizza.
We joke here all the time. The best pizza I can get is making the DiGiorno myself or making your own pizza. Yeah, you can get in Publix to make your own. That's another way to do it. We do that sometimes. But
I should have brought a photo. My wife is actually currently, I can smell it. She's prepping sourdough pizza dough, and then we make these buffalo chicken pizzas. What you do is, a trick is here.
Sourdough.
That's the pizza stone. You put the pizza stone on the grill, because the Weber can get really, really hot, and then your house doesn't heat up. I'm in South Carolina. Your house doesn't heat up in the summer.
Yeah.
3 minutes. You bake the dough 3 minutes, put your toppings on, bake it another 3.
Or they have these little like mini like pizza ovens too.
The unis are great. It's another gadget you got to set up, got to maintain. The grill does the trick, right? Right. Those are Instagram things. I think those pizza grill things are like for Instagram.
No, breakfast pizza is not real, Austin Eddie. That's nothing. Same with salad pizza. Also, not a real thing.
Oh, that's some California shit right there. Put broccoli on the pizza, whatever.
I got another fun one. St. Louis has this Buc-ee's competitor. Everyone's familiar with Buc-ee's, but they have this thing called Wally's. They have this thing called Wally's, and they do these brisket breakfast tacos. I probably gained 3-4 pounds this week. I need a shot of Ozempic after this week.
Breakfast tacos are a real thing.
Thank you.
Breakfast tacos are a real thing. Shout out to Chilaquiles.
Yeah, chilaquiles are great.
Yeah, shout out to the Mexicans out there. That's my recess. I just want to give a lot of love to the Mexican community out there. I mean, just such warm people. Man, they know how to eat. And I lived with so many Mexicans when I was in California for 5 years, and I took it for granted. And man, I just, I miss you guys. Fucking Mexicans, man. The best.
Mexico City's one of the best cities in the world. It's beautiful. Yeah. You haven't been, go.
I actually have not been to Mexico City.
I was there earlier this year, and Toluca is beautiful. It sits it's on the top of a mountain. It's higher elevated than Denver, and it's just gorgeous. The food is amazing. The people are great. It's green and it's clean. Love Mexico City.
A shout out to Rick, one of our junior analysts, lives there.
Yeah, we have a real Mexican on our team. Like, he's not like a fake Mexican.
Yeah, I met Rick.
Mexican from Mexico.
Yeah, I met Rick when we were in New York.
Slick Rick. Shout out to Slick Rick, doing a hell of a job. Just got a raise recently. Slick Rick on fire. All right, let's play a game. Ready? The Dow right now up 370 points before Tyrone Powell does his speech in Wyoming. Where does the Dow close today? Up how many points or down how many points? I'm going to say up 500. Strazza?
I think they ramp. Like, gun to my head, if we get some sort of reaction or resolution style move today, it's higher. In my opinion.
Higher. Look at where these hammers are following through to the upside. You're actually seeing breadth participation, which is great. We're breaking that downtrend we had in the percent above the 20-day high. You buy here. Clear risk reward too. You have those clear levels we just outlined to get out. If not, you buy.
I mean, you heard it right here. Larry said it himself. Dow Jones Industrial Average, most important index in the world, making new all-time highs. Tell him, Larry.
Then I'll go lower. I'll go. We close the day more or less unchanged. How about
all right,
that?
good.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
A lot of love for the Mexicans in the chat. Love to see it. Put your money where your mouth is. You about to break out. EWW. Look at this. This chart.
Yeah.
By the Mexico.
I'm gonna say the high of the day in the Dow coincides with his speech. How about that?
All right, hater.
Powell.
Lame.
Thanks for drinking that hater rate.
The low of the day corresponds with his fucking speech. How about that?
Let's get some Friday drama.
Did you see the picture of this Tyrone Powell guy at the airport? Did you see the picture? How depressed?
Oh wait, I did see that.
You look great walking through the airport every time.
I look fabulous.
So Powell has his speech, and then Trump has his rebuttal. What is the thing that they do like after debates, right?
Dude,
where the person comes on and like, that's what Trump's doing at noon.
Dude, shout out to Donald Trump, like being like, okay, you done, little man? Now let the adults in the room. Like the fact that he's already telling everybody he's giving a speech after that. Like, dude, that's kind of a boss move right there.
So unnecessary. We need less speeches.
Completely unnecessary.
We need less speeches, not more speeches.
Agreed. But it is funny. It is funny. We got to admit that.
Yeah, Trump's going to say sell stocks, right? That's what he's going to say, I'm sure.
Definitely.
Right.
Sell stocks and bonds, right?
Sell stocks and that the economy is doing terribly. So
he's either going to be like, all right, pal, nice work, or don't listen to that idiot. This is what's going to happen, right? Like he's already got the.
Larry, what are you talking about at 5 o'clock today?
I'm talking about specifically the S&P 500's Achilles heel, which I kind of hinted at today, but we're just going to kind of break that down. It's just something to be aware of. Doesn't mean you have to be bearish towards it. It's just something to be. Hey, guess what?
Rotation.
It's been its Achilles heel since 1,000 points ago. So, 1,000% ago, even maybe. So.
All right. Well, that's at 5 o'clock Eastern right here on the channel. Thompson's 2 cents. Maybe
bring mezcal. We're talking about Mexico. Bring a little tequila, little mezcal, mango mezcal margarita. Ooh,
dude, so many Mexico shout outs.
I love mezcal. Oh, it's my favorite.
We love you too, Harminder. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Everybody enjoy yourself. YOLO responsibly.
See you on Monday.
Adios.
I can't take no